is up, everybody, and welcome. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing great, man. Happy to be here.
Very good, very good. Looking forward to this.
We'd like to both here. Russell, if you're in there, hit that thing, man, and come on and join us. We're just taking my medicine here. Welcome to well, Monday night's a Monday night watch along. This used to be for the horror, but now we just call it the Tuesday night watch along. And so far tonight, I'm joined here by Eric from Hey Internet. Eric here, welcome, man, and the Ginja Ninja.jk. What's going on?
This is going to be fun. I can feel it already. It's just, yeah, it's going to be a good one.
It's been weeks in the making. I'm ready.
Good, definitely. Some numbers got changed, but this always stayed steady. This particular one right here because Ninja took this night off especially, and I wasn't about to leave him hanging.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because boss was saying you need to take a day off anyway, and then he forgot that I had today off, and he scheduled all these meetings with me, and it's like I'm not going to be there.
Show us that mask again. Now, Eric, you've seen the Wyatt family, right? Eric Rowan with the beard sticking out the bottom.
Yeah,
Tell me if that didn't remind you of it.
He does. I love it.
Oh yeah.
For Halloween, like 31 days, I'm doing each day review with a mask on, like different type of mask. I don't have 31, but yeah, I'll get through them as much as I can.
It's a big commitment, dude. Bravo for anyone trying to do that. I have a hard time putting up fucking 2 videos a week. You know what I mean? 1 video a day for 31 days. When I was doing Rambo, I was doing one of those like every day, and then I missed a day on Last Blood, but it was still a challenge for me. So I get it.
Yeah, it's I mean, I watch a movie anyway, so I might as well try it in. The trouble is getting the time to review it, as you would know.
I don't dislike it quite as much as Eric does. I actually find some entertainment value in it. I love the Jason. There's a couple of characters that are okay. The cast is dislikable, but Trent is so dislikable that he provides entertainment for me. Yeah. Especially when he kills him and sticks him into the back of the truck, and you can see the truck drive away with him stuck to the back of it.
Well, we'll get to him. Trust me, we'll get to him. From here, it's like for me, he's like so obscenely bad. Like I hate him. But let's go wrestling with you, Gore. He's got X-Pac heat. He's like the Miz. I just want to turn the fucking channel. You know what I mean? And by the time he's not like Melissa from Part 7. When she gets that axe, you're just like, yeah, finally. When Trent gets it, as great as his death is, I'm just like, all right, about fucking time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I figure you at least enjoy the way he gets stuck to the back of the truck,
The guy drives away, yeah.
That's just perfect. I've never seen a death quite like that before.
Yeah, I got to be honest. It's been about a year or so. I think I did this last year or the year before, and so it's been a little while since I've seen it. I'm just really looking forward to seeing him die again. As bad as that sounds, I do want to. Yeah,
it does have good kills.
Oh yeah, there's a really, really, and I don't want to. For anyone out there who hasn't seen it, I don't want to spoil it, but the scene on the lake, which I'm stopping now because I just really enjoy that entire scene, the way it's done.
Well, yeah, we're ready for you, Russell, man. Whenever you're ready, so we can get it rolling. I got mine paused right there on the Paramount scene where the stars go around.
Yep, I'm queued up. I'm at like 1 second.
Yeah. I'm okay.
Yeah, I think mine's at 3 seconds. It's got the I can see the stars of the Paramount logo starting to come in with Paramount.
Yeah, we're all close enough to begin with. We're fine. 3 seconds ain't gonna make a bit of difference.
Yeah. And here is Russell.
Oh, there he is.
Russell.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Welcome.
Just sitting here listening to you guys talk. That's all.
Yeah, for the first time here, we got Russell Collier. What's going on, man? It's great to finally meet you in person.
Yeah.
I gotta put in my head.
What's your thought?
Find them later.
I haven't dug out my little shirt. This was my son's. This was Greg's shirt, actually. It looks like it's got a big ass hole in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Where it is,
I'm just doing I got Monster Squad going today for Halloween for October. That's one of the ones I like to watch at least once a year around Halloween time.
Yeah. I grew up watching Monster Squad. Like, I love that movie.
Yeah.
I watched it recently as well, and it's just a full nostalgia trip. Like,
oh yeah, it's just so much fun, is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love that movie. Like, I could, the special effects in it just they stand up even by today's standards. I think, and just the storyline, it's got that, nostalgia for us, but it's like, kids are missing out on that. It's like, having a tree house, having a cubby house, and just being able to talk about monsters and stuff like that.
Yeah. Back before there was internet and cell phones and stuff like that, you had to do something and like get together and like talk about movies and read comics. You know what I mean? It's a time that's just gone.
Yeah. Now it's comics. I think became a niche thing before physical media did. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's unfortunate, man, because that right there, comic books. When I was a kid, like, and even as a teenager, when I really started collecting them, was right about the time they started the new Spider-Man series, right about 90 or so, when they started Ghost Rider over. I started collecting, and everybody was getting comic books now. Now you can't hardly find them in a lot of places. Unless you go to a bookstore, then you're lucky. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
There's nothing fun to do anymore where you can just. It doesn't have to do with the internet,
Yep.
90s was probably around about the time I started collecting comics as well.
Same here.
Yeah, I think a lot of people probably around our age did. But yeah, it's like I actually started out on Wolverine and She-Hulk.
Yep.
Randomly, and just it really became an addiction after that. Like, I was like, yep, I want this one, I want this one. Still got a lot of them now. So
yeah, that was like a weekly thing. Every Saturday I would get on my bike and go down to the bookstore and just look for the new comics, you know what I mean? And then as I got older, I got into like the trade paperback so I can have like all the collections, you know what I mean? Type of thing. Got a lot easier to read.
I actually belonged to Mile High Comics, where you could order them and they would just ship it to you each month, and they didn't have the SKU. They would have like the picture of the anniversary or whatever on there in the SKU instead. So that's what me and my girlfriend at the time did, because actually my girlfriend's the one that got me into it. All right, guys. Everybody's ready. Hey, May, how you doing?
I never collected comics as a kid.
Hey, Matt, how you doing? Fantastic. Let's see. Yeah. Everybody's ready. I will start the countdown. We'll get this rolling. Trent for president. Even Greg says no.
No. If he became president, I would full on want to impeach him.
Well, I mean, we not like we haven't had a whole line of them that we wanted to impeach anyway. Couldn't get much worse, man. All right. Ready?
Ready when you are. Give us a countdown, and I'm ready to go. So if everyone else is ready.
Ready, Russell?
Yep, I'm just sitting here waiting for the signal.
All right, Eric, you ready? Ready? All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
All right, here we go. I saw this in theaters.
What's your thoughts on the now?
I don't think it's got a huge cinema release in Australia. I don't recall seeing it in the cinema. I remember getting it, watching it came out on physical media. I think I might have even hired it from Blockbuster.
Ginja, I got a question for you. Being in Australia, is there a big like release difference, like in time, when it comes to movies going in theaters? Because I know a lot of times in the UK they have to wait like months. Is it a lot different than like when we get it here in the States?
Not nowadays. No, not as much. It used to be, but now it's pretty much. Well, look at Saw 10.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much same day
Okay.
release. Some of the more niche ones like Terrifier, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be lucky if they get the same day release.
Okay.
Maybe a month or so.
Major releases all get about the same as us.
I think there was one like Mission Impossible, like the latest one. That was like a couple of weeks difference. It was released everywhere else and took a couple of weeks to come out in Australia.
Okay.
Which is lots on the Pamela in this one.
I mean, is it really that fair to judge her because she's in it for maybe 3 minutes? I like how it's 1980. I like how it's black and white. I think what this actress is given, I think she does fine. But I mean, she's only on screen for maybe 2 minutes, so I think it would just to say she sucks, comparing her to the original, it wouldn't be fair. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the one.
Yeah.
I think everybody that's a Friday fan's gonna say that anyway. You know what I mean? Because we just we just love Betty Palmer so much that we're never gonna find anybody that compares.
I don't know. I reckon because that's Nana Visitor, isn't it? And she was like in Star Trek Deep Space Nine and a whole bunch of other things. Like, she's a pretty good actress. Like,
Yeah.
Make what's good in this.
Yeah, I thought she did pretty well for what she was given, but again, she's killed within like a minute, maybe two.
Yeah.
So I do what I do like about this opening sequence. We do see that Jason actually did see her beheaded.
Yeah.
For the myth true. You know what I mean? So
yeah, because I mean, in the old ones you're not quite sure because it's just like, he's there in a vision or in like a hallucination or a dream or whatever, and then all of a sudden we got part 2 and he's killing people, so you assume it but you don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
I like how they go with the cloth mask for a while before you get. I like how they show him actually get it.
And I like the look of it. Like I love Sackhead Jason. I love the look of Sackhead Jason. But I like how they kind of honor it, but it's totally different. It's not a pillowcase. You know what I mean? It literally is just something wrapped around his head. He looks more like a mummy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Like Frankenstein before they take off the bandages.
Yeah, because you guys are fans of the Sackhead Jason, but for me, like, I always loved that hockey mask look. That was like, I think that was actually my introduction to Jason. I think it was maybe 4 was the first one that I saw, and I had to go back and see the others. So seeing him with that mask.
We lost Russell Collier. Yeah, there you go. This guy here, the thing that I've seen this dude in to do with the glasses is Chernobyl Diaries or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Found footage.
I've seen America Livio. She's the one with the long brown hair. She's the one that ends up getting in the bag. You know what I mean? Over the fire. I've seen her.
Right.
I've seen her in a really fun, cheesy, bad movie, like action movie. It's more like a exploitation, kind of like a Russ Meyer type of movie called Bitch Slap, where it's 3 women, a bank heist. It's a lot of fun. Kevin Sorbo's in it. She plays like the tough chick. She drives a Camaro. She kicks ass, beats up all the men. She's a lot of fun in it. I haven't seen her in anything else though.
Hey Ed, how's it going?
The one guy later, I'm not going out there with a boner.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just noticed the T-shirt he's wearing. It's a Star Wars T-shirt. AT-AT Destroyer.
I will say this, I always talk a lot of shit about the characters in this. This beginning group is a lot more tolerable and fun than Trent and his buddies.
Yeah, this is who you think you're gonna get. You know what I mean? You don't realize that. Yeah, I mean, you just think that maybe it just skipped a little bullshit and stuff. Just stuck them there, and then you realize why they're all right there. Because he's already telling the legend and all that shit.
It's the weed guy later.
So you basically get Friday 13th for 1, 2, and 3 all in one with it. Sort of.
I really enjoyed Derek Mears as Jason. He's one of my favorites.
Definitely, yeah. He was actually disappointed that he hasn't got to do it since. So I mean, if he's still young enough, he'd be a perfect choice if they decide to recast him as as the older Jason. Because let's face it, Kane Hodder's gotten, you know what I mean. He's probably gotten too old. You know what I mean. He's more in the belly than he is in the chest and shoulders now. I mean, he should have played Jason in the Jason vs. Freddy. That was the original idea.
Yeah,
that's what Robert Englund thought was going to happen.
Yeah, but I do feel bad for Ken Kersinger. It's not his fault. The guy wanted a job. He got hired. People crapped on him. He didn't make the decision.
I don't think he did a bad job though.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he did fine.
I think each Jason brings a different style.
He like a monster. He played him like a classic monster, like a classic Universal monster, which is very cool because I love Universal and Hammer.
Yeah, and it's not the first time we had a nod to the Frankenstein monster too, because in Jason Lives, he brought to life with lightning.
Absolutely.
True.
Yeah.
Tom Savini didn't do part 2 because to him there was no Jason, at all. So he went on to do the burning instead. He said that in an interview. He said, there is no Jason.
Yeah. Yeah, he went as far as to say, basically anybody that's seen Friday Part 2 was stupid because there is no Jason. You got kind of a soldier.
I love Tom Savini, but if we're comparing The Burning to Friday the 13th Part 2, I'm going Friday 2. No contest.
Yeah, I love The Burning, but Friday, Part 2 is my favorite.
The guy that did the full burn in The Burning at the beginning, he was only 17.
Here we get this shot of maybe some of the fakers to the boobs I think.
Yeah, they're not very good, And the thing is, this, like I said, she's a lot of fun in Bitch Slap, and they make it kind of like Russ Meyer movies. They make the women attractive, sexy, but they don't show the goods. And then she was probably one of the hottest ones there. And then when we finally see what her goods are, they're like, "Ooh, you need to sue your doctor."
Yeah, there's 2 different sets. There's the strippers that don't make as much money set that their sugar daddy will get them or whatever. And then there's the ones that you pay a lot of money for.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, wait and get a good one. I mean, not that they look bad, but they just look very manufactured. Just manufactured. That's in my point.
And see, I like the guy with the glasses. I like. He's like, okay, I get it. All right, I'll go listen to my iPod. I'll go look for the weed. You guys have fun.
Jam out some Night Ranger. Yeah.
It's like these characters are fun. I'll go listen to Sister Christian, my Night Ranger. Have fun.
I lost the sound.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit last night, Sister Christian. And on that same album, I had another song that I like even better on it. So I do like it.
I feel the restrict room. That's what play screen.
I can hear somebody.
What happened? Can you hear me? Give a thumbs up. I can't hear you.
Well, I was muted because I was talking to my wife in the background.
I was just watching the movie.
Now, I haven't seen it probably, like I say, 3 or 4 years. So
Really? Yeah, this is, I only really watch this one if I'm ever doing like marathons or like occasions like this.
Yeah.
Very bad. Oh God, he looks so good in the shadows.
I didn't see him right there. I ain't even see him.
And then I love how we have a running Jason. You know what I mean?
What I like about it is how he explains how he pops up here and there. You know what I mean? That's something they never had done before, showing the underground like that. That's really cool. I was like, I like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea.
Yeah, same here.
Now Phil has a very limited collectible that has this Jason where he's sitting on the bed and he's got his teddy bear.
Yep, because I've seen that. That's from a promotional shot that they did from Freddy versus Jason.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what that's from. It's Freddy versus Jason because the scene in Freddy versus Jason where we go into Jason's dreams and he's coming out of the lake with the dead body and he goes in the cabin and throws her in like the room full of water. Yeah, he was just sitting on. Ken Kersener was just sitting on the bed and just picked up a teddy bear and looked at it and they took a picture of it.
It's been even longer since I had seen since Freddy vs. Jason. I think it might have been 4 or 5 years because since I got the collection, this one and Goes to Hell and Freddy vs. Jason is the 3 I haven't seen for it yet. So this is the first time I'm ever playing this disc.
Freddy versus Jason, when it's Freddy versus Jason, I love it. When it's not, it just makes me mad because I can't stand the characters in that one either. But you see that movie for Freddy versus Jason, so I overlook it a little bit. I allow a lot of leeway. You know what I mean?
I kind of enjoy some of the characters in it. It's just like I enjoy some of the characters in this one, but both of the characters you want to see brutally taken down by Jason, or in Freddy vs. Jason. But yeah, I mean, just some of the characters are just annoying.
Yeah, I don't mind Freddy vs. Jason. I've always felt he's got a little bit of a fun rap. I mean, from the time it came out, it's kind of got shit they didn't deserve.
Right. I'll say this: Freddy vs. Jason was one of the best movie theater experiences I've ever had, though. We went to it opening night, me and my brother, and it was a midnight show, and it was all seats everything was sold out. Even the manager came in and says, "You guys, you're going to have to sit next to each other because every single seat is sold out." And it was so much fun. People were cheering, yelling when The very beginning when Jason's chasing the girl and people yelling, "She's gonna fall down! She's gonna fall down!" When she falls down, everyone cheers and yells, and yeah,
that's a fun experience, man. I love that shit when that happens, man.
Yeah, one of the most fun times I've ever had in a theater.
It was like that with the Evil Dead remake.
That would have been fun to see in the theater.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah, I saw the Evil Dead remake because there was a huge thing about it not being released in Australia. Like there was like petitions and whatnot, and this one actually worked, and they had it as a limited release.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I've still got my ticket stub because that was just an experience to see that on the big screen.
Yeah, when I was there seeing it at the theater, I seen two different things. I seen people just like shocked at some of the horror that they were seeing in some of the scenes, like whoa, and cheering. It was somewhere in between both of that all the time. There's never made me laugh. Because I mean, let's face it, there's no laugh. I mean, that movie is straight up horror.
Yeah.
Straight up horror.
Yeah, the other great movie experience I had seeing Evil Dead 2 was great. That everyone was cheering and having fun with that. And then I saw Bubba Hotep in theaters. Bubba Hotep, if you've seen that's such a fun movie. We saw that movie actually got a standing ovation. We all stood up and cheered when the credits rolled for Bubba Hotep.
Yeah, I like that movie. It was a good movie. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I got the Screen Factory over here.
Yeah.
This actor playing Jason said once, "I was born to wear the mask." He said.
Yeah, Derek Mears was a big fan. He was a big fan of the whole series, so getting that role was a dream, man.
Well, he has was it alopecia that he can't grow hair, and he said he felt kind of like Jason, like being an outcast because he was different because of something with his body that he couldn't control. So and Derek Mears is like a big fucking sweetheart. You know what I mean? That's how it always is. The meanest killers on TV are the big teddy bears. And he's such a nice guy, but yeah, he can't grow hair. He's got no eyebrows, none of that stuff. And he said he felt like an outcast, growing up in school, being the little bald-headed kid, picked on, teased, and all that stuff. So he said, he liked playing them because of that.
Same thing with Michael Berryman from Hills Have Eyes and videos. He's the same way.
Yeah, he doesn't sweat. There's no fingernails.
Right, Michael Berryman can't sweat.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, oh God! So just imagine being Michael Berryman during The Hills Have Eyes, out in the desert, and you can't sweat and cool down.
He required lots of water. Yeah.
Oh fuck that! That would have been. Oh man.
It's a cold water.
Mm-hmm.
The fucker's running. You see that shit, and you see him. You get to see because this motherfucker definitely runs for it here.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying. Oh man. The effects in this, I would say Savini would have to be proud of, though. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I love Savini. I think he's just kind of jaded now because he's just so disappointed because a lot of people go the CGI route, and I think when we do have good practical effects, I think it's just kind of a sore subject for him, if you ask me.
Yadegrabo team's probably the same way. Besides his agoraphobia, I would say that he probably thought about it, but then he thinks, man, nobody really, he probably doesn't realize being agoraphobic how much people appreciate the practical effect.
Mm-hmm.
And his practical work, you know what I mean? People have missed him for years, man. It sucks he's agoraphobic.
Mm-hmm.
I saw old episodes of Savini on Letterman show on YouTube, Letterman show, showing some of his tricks.
Very cool. Yeah. I know Dick Smith finally showed him the blood after he seen the blood in Dawn of the Dead. He got a hold of him, and he was like, man, I can give you this formula for blood where it doesn't look so bright. And Savini took that shit, and the first show he used that on was Friday the 13th. And it definitely improved it.
Yeah, definitely seems to be a comeback with the physical effects nowadays in a lot of movies. They're kind of back, which is good to see. But it is just a pity that it's come at the
Because-
expense of.
You know, because people will dislike a horror movie just because of that. I mean, look at the thing. You know what I mean? Like the reboot or whatever. It's kind of reboot, kind of, you know, prequel.
Prequel, yeah.
That's the one thing people have a problem with it.
Well, what it was is they had practical effects, but then the fucking studio suits had to dick around. They came in and they decided, put CGI over the practical effects. That's the problem that they had with the two It movies that came out. They had the practical effects, like especially It Chapter 2. That scene where Beverly walks in and that old lady, the naked old lady, she turns into this giant witch creature. They had a giant witch creature physically made, and it looked awesome. But the Warner Brothers, because what they're doing with DC and all that, they can't keep their fucking fingers out of the pot. They're like, no, we're going to CGI it too, and it just looks so. I don't want to say it looks bad, but it could have looked a lot better seeing what they actually had on the table. You know what I mean?
That's disgusting, because that takes a lot of work to build that shit, man. And then just have them start it and do that would be like slap right in the face.
Yeah, and that's probably what Tom Savini, Rob Botman feels like nowadays. Like all their hard work, they've laid the groundwork for all this stuff, and it's just kind of been glossed over now. Like they really don't get the recognition or appreciation that they should.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, it is good to see. Like a lot of it is, like you look at Terrifier. I mentioned that before in Terrifier too. Over the top, but physical effect there it's good.
I'll say this: I recently saw X or Saw 10, however they're calling it. The practical effects in that were really good, really good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward
The
to
leg scene.
Oh god, the leg scene is that's the best scene.
No spoilers, but
yeah, the leg scene was it made me wince, dude, seeing that.
Yeah, cool.
I guess. Saw 10. I like that idea. I have to go see that one.
Yeah,
if you're a fan of the Saw films, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I'm a big Saw fan. I didn't like Spiral though.
I like Spiral. More so the ending of Spiral than the actual entire movie, but I had fun with it.
Oh, yeah.
But Saw X, I highly recommend Saw X. Really good.
Chris Rock. More of a comedian.
The problem I had with Jigsaw and Spiral is the openness of the endings, and they never wrapped them up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed Spiral for what it was. I enjoyed, it just wasn't as good as, nothing tops Saw, the original. You cannot beat that.
Yeah.
Lying on the floor for 6 days, so that's commitment. You get up, go have something to eat, you lay him right back down, cover it all up the way again, and he lie there for the next scene. That's dedication to me.
Okay.
I like the first three. The first
Just
three
wanted to be there when he filmed it.
So the title card doesn't hit until almost 24 minutes.
Yeah.
I just looked at my timer.
What
I liked about when I saw this in theaters, I didn't even realize that we didn't see the title card until then. You know what I mean? Because I was so into what was happening.
Yeah.
Oh, there's your boy. Ugh.
Yeah.
The guy with the white hair, the blonde hair is a real bleeding blonde wanker. That guy.
He's such a dick. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I was watching that show on Netflix, Fubar, with Schwarzenegger. And there's this character that I'm like, he's really, really good. I'm like, where do I know that asshole from? Where do I know him from? And he's a good character. And then I find out it's the guy who plays Trent. And I'm like, wow, he can play a likable character. And then 5 episodes in, he turns into a fucking dick. So I'm like, well,
he can only hold it back so long, man.
Yeah.
Travis Van Winkle, maybe he really is kind of an ass. If he's not truly a dickhead, he's a damn good actor. I'll give him that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see that Scorsese film.
Yes.
De Niro and DiCaprio. October 20th comes out.
I love Scorsese.
I wish Scorsese and DiCaprio would get off their asses and finally do the H.H. Holmes movie they've been working on for almost 10 years, or wanting to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
You know that he can do thrillers because he did Shutter Island, both of them. So it's
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
Shutter Island was damn good.
Yeah.
God, I wish. And plus, me, I'm Chicagoland area, so H.H. Holmes. It's we had Gacy and we had H.H. Holmes, and if I think DiCaprio would be so good as him.
In Canada, we didn't have Gacy. We had Clifford Olson. He was a Canadian guy that did the same thing.
Little Castle.
Prison Justice. He got killed in there.
God, what a piece of shit. God, I wish Jared Padalecki would just fucking punch him in his face. What's the matter, bro? You don't want to be friends? You don't want to hang out? Oh, fuck you. You see he's got the missing posters in his hand, and you're pissed off that he's taking too long. You want to buy your fucking M&Ms and your water. You know what I mean? Come on.
Now the black guy's looking for something to jerk off with after smoking some weed.
Yeah, I like what Jared says to him later. He's I'm starting to get upset now. And he says, "Oh yeah, well, what happens when you get upset? You know what I mean?
Nope, nobody around. Let's do it. Let's whip it out."
What happens then? Yeah.
Look at that banger he's got on the table there. Nice big one.
I like Marcus Nispel. He directed this. He's big into doing remakes and reboots because he did this. He did the Texas Chainsaw reboot in 2003. Yeah, he actually did the Conan the Barbarian reboot with Jason Momoa that I actually really enjoyed too.
Yeah, I seen that once. Yeah, I actually enjoyed it too. That's long before anybody really knew who he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't hate the remake, but if you asked me to tell you what it's about, I couldn't. I know it's got Jason Momoa and what's his name? The guy from Avatar and Don't Breathe.
Oh God, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Stephen Lang.
Stephen Lang. Okay.
Yeah. And Rose McGowan's in it.
Rose McGowan plays a witch.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to play Hellboy plays Conan's father.
Ron Perlman.
Yeah, Ron Perlman plays his dad in the very beginning. With Conan's a little boy.
Good,
I love him in Sons of Anarchy. Gets shot by his own son.
I never actually got around to watching that show. It's one I've always wanted to, but
I got into it for a while, but after maybe by like season 4 or 5, I just got tired of. Not to ruin it for you, but in my opinion, I get tired of them putting the club first before everything, no matter what it did to this person, that person, and it just made them very unlikable to me, and I just gave up on them.
There was never that character that didn't go along with that. You know what I mean? There was never that guy that didn't agree, and like.
Mm-hmm.
The only one I liked in that was Kim Coates from Canada.
Yeah.
He's a great actor. Canadian actor. Been in a few films. He was in The Last Boys. He was no, he wasn't in that one.
Okay, this is I like this part. This part's funny. Why you gotta go racial? Because I'm black, I gotta do rap music? I can't listen to Green Day? What kind of music is it? Rap. I gotta give him that. That's a funny joke.
I missed that Night Ranger song at the beginning. Sister Christian.
I'm just wondering why if Trent hates all these people, are these like friends of his girlfriend? Like, why did he invite all these fuckers here if he hates them all?
Yeah, he makes a comment or something here in a little bit that she was the one that invited him, so they must be her.
Okay.
If I remember correctly. Because I don't think he has any friends.
I like his shirt.
Like he says, he's one of those assholes. He doesn't have he doesn't have friends. Really doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't have friends.
Behind you.
No.
Behind you.
He's all about the image and the money.
He just flies them up. Yeah, shows them all this cool stuff, and they want to play with this cool stuff. So
Yeah. It's like you can look but don't touch kind of thing. It's like, well, why take them there?
Right.
They're going to sit on your sofa. They're going to cook in your kitchen.
The one guy's going to try to jerk off in your living room,
Yeah. I don't think they're going to get Uber Eats out there,
Yeah.
Well, broad daylight with everybody still awake. He didn't give a fuck. Somebody walked in. He said, "Fucking, I'm gonna jerk it now."
You can't even go to the bathroom to do it. Oh man. See what I like about this is when Jared Padalecki, he's going to, I think his name's Clay. He's going to all these houses, to put up the missing posters. Jason still kind of is a legend. You know what I mean? I like how they still do that with this one.
Yeah. There's a local boogeyman, but he doesn't fuck with any of the local. He doesn't mess with any of them, so they don't. Yeah.
This lady here, she kind of reminds me of like the cat lady in Jeepers Creepers. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, but timestamp.
I'm at near 31 minutes and 55. That's where I'm at.
I'm close to that. Couple of minutes.
Do you want us to pause until you get up there, Russell, so you can be closer? If you're within a couple minutes?
That's okay.
Okay.
I get where you are. It's a long scene, so now we're in the library.
This dumbass with his coat glass, and you don't have that motherfucker. Come on.
30 minutes in.
Oh, you're 30 minutes in. Yeah, you're like 2.5 minutes behind me. So
This guy's a real wanker. I hate him. I don't know what that's at.
I do like this I can't think of his name. The Asian actor. I really like him. If you've ever seen the movie with Shia LaBeouf, Disturbia.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like a modern Rear Window, from Hitchcock. Really good. He plays of course, he's got to play the goofy best friend, but yeah, he's really good. Shia LaBeouf is really good. Carrie-Anne Moss from The Matrix plays Shia's mom. She's really good.
The guy in the motorcycle used to be in that teleseries Supernatural with the guy from My Bloody Valentine remake.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, Supernatural.
Yeah, I love that show.
Decent show. Yeah. I enjoyed that show. It was had a bit of a monster of the week feel, but wasn't terrible. Like it was a fun show to watch.
Yeah, my wife and I watched that for a while until we liked the whole monster of the week thing because it was something different. Once they got into like the whole angels and demons thing, and they stayed on that for a little bit, we kind of lost a little bit of interest. But we've been wanting to revisit it now that it's finally canceled. You know what I mean? So we can actually watch it from beginning to end.
Yeah.
I used to have all seasons of True Blood on DVD, but I lost them. Put the guy that played It in the movie It, because the head vampire in that True Blood.
Yeah, I watched True Blood.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but my sister loves it.
Yeah, I watched the whole series.
Well, they're talking about remaking True Blood already.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard.
It was actually very little like the books, from what I hear.
Yeah,
I've got a few of the books. I haven't read them.
In the books, there's like a dude that's Elvis or something, and except for he's kind of fucked up in the head, from the black boxing he suffered, and he's like a fry cook there at the Bar and Grill. That's what I've heard. It's like, all right. They got a character named Lafayette in there that's in the show. That's, especially the first season or two, is extremely entertaining.
Lafayette, is that the gay bartender?
Yeah, well, no,
yeah.
He's actually the head cook. Yeah.
Okay. I've seen some clips. So like my friends really like True Blood, and they've shared it. He does seem really funny.
He is. He died not long after the show ended, man.
Really?
The guy died.
Oh, and then you got the inbred redneck here. You want to buy? Hey, you want to buy some weed? Yeah. And he's just waiting. He's just waiting for Clay to leave so he can go fuck the mannequin. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I smoke weed. I wouldn't do that. I smoke a mannequin.
On the wood chipper. She like.
See, right there. She says, "Why did you invite him? Because so they could admire your play." So it's all he was trying to look like a big shot in front of them.
Yeah.
And what I like about it is the friends don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
No, I'm touching the book.
What is that?
My
truck?
book. Mine.
What's going to end up later in the movie somewhere?
So I get
kid Trent was.
What's his name?
Hey man, I want to buy some weed.
Yeah. And they show us the wood chipper.
Yeah.
I love that.
Bit of foreshadowing there. Oh, no, in this, I can get that Trent and what's his name, Nolan. They could be friends, but I don't see any of the others. Like,
because Nolan, what he's doing behind his girlfriend, like act like they're gonna go have sex. He's this pretty boy, blonde douchebag, immature, like frat boy. But the other characters, I mean, I don't know why this girl's hanging out with him. Being a girlfriend. There's no way he's going to hang out with an annoying guy like Chewie. You know what I mean? Who all he wants to do is get drunk and party. When they're taking shoots out of the shoe and stuff like that.
Yeah, they just
shoot the boot.
Mismatch of odd characters together. People that you would never see hanging out in the real world.
This is the part where Jason gets his mask, eh? They had the original scene for that, but they cut it, changed it. They showed his feet too early and cut down on the suspense, so they changed it. Yeah. What do you see now? Coming up next.
Where are you going? Where are you going? Well, I'm going with somebody that's not such an asshole.
God, I hate him so much. God, I hate him so much.
That's a whole irony of putting Trent for president on the ticker down there. Yeah. That's the whole irony of it. That was the whole point.
Look, he's an asshole. You can there's no doubt about it. But he is an entertaining asshole.
He says "fuck Christmas" on his t-shirt.
Yeah, I like that t-shirt too.
Yeah, the fuck Christmas.
Used to do jumps in a Volkswagen years ago over railroad tracks, and a 69 VW over the railroad track, midair. Tie a string to a tree and then float out in the water because the whole thing's solid underneath, so it just floats on the water. And you have the string so you can pull it back in. You keep on floating out.
A big old. See, they used to call those big fatties like that here in America. They used to call them dog legs. This guy reminds me of my brother. My brother would do that. He would lick the magazine like.
Yeah, I'm guessing they don't have good internet out there because
You got to keep yourself entertained and satisfied somehow. That's what the mannequin's for. Jesus.
The way he's looking at the magazine, I'm not sure he needs that.
You could tell, I'm sure he's got, there's creases and where he pinches the nipples and stuff like that. Bunch of tears. I'm surprised because this guy's pretty, they're trying to make him disgusting and homely and stuff like that. I'm surprised that Marcus, the director, didn't make like the pages kind of stick together as he's trying to open up the magazine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would have been a great effect, yeah. That was an excellent.
Yeah, he's going to toss off.
Jason's been using this place for a hangout and shit for a while, you can tell.
Well, he did mention someone was like stealing his gas cans or stealing the kerosene, and that's to keep the stuff running at the camp, like his lights and stuff too. So,
yep.
Yeah, Jason's been stealing the kerosene for a while.
There he is. But I mean, what else seems like? What's he eating? Do they ever delve into that?
Jason, I'm just assuming wildlife. You know what I mean? Anything he can find.
But
because
he using some of those herbs that he's
finds all the pot.
Like,
I'd be in heaven. I found all that pot myself.
Because I've seen some behind the scenes stuff, and because you see that Jason's just wearing like a tank top and like the overcoat. Derek Mears actually has a chest piece on, and it's very thin and very sinewy. You can see the breastbone, and you can see the rib. So Jason's supposed to be really like sinewy, you know what I mean? So he's very thin. So he's probably eating just fucking berries and squirrels and raccoons, whatever he can find. You know what I mean? Like literally living off the land. And Derek Mears himself is pretty skinny too.
This guy's sparking his joint.
I'm sure that wasn't just for the victims. I'm sure he's been laying those traps for a while.
Mm-hmm. I love how we don't get to see him maskless very much, but we see just enough of it. Like you have to pause to see it.
Yeah, this is a scene that they had at first changed to this one.
He's like, look at that. That's a lot better.
Yeah, they also give him a reason that he needs a new mask as well.
Yeah,
it's not just he finds one. It's like, my cloth's been ripped off. I need to replace. Oh, look, there is one there.
You know what I like too? What I really like about his look? I like the little tufts of hair. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I really like the little tufts of hair, especially when you see him from the back.
That kind of throws back to when he was a child. Like you see that at the start of the movie as well.
Mm-hmm.
You see the hair, very sparse but long.
You even hear in Jason X also. They had started to do that a little bit. They did it in Torque 2. Half his head had the hair, the other half didn't. And then they started doing it again in X. Little by little, they started.
He's got hair, and you haven't seen it since theaters. He's got hair in Jason Goes to Hell as well.
Okay.
So you tell you like when in the very beginning when he's chasing the girl in the at nighttime, you can see it in the moonlight. He's got tufts of hair down to his shoulders.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So see, little by little, after Manhattan, they start doing that. They start getting hair here and there. Yeah,
because he's. I never, man. I always like that major difference. Like he's got all the long, stringy, like hillbilly hair in 2, but then he just decides to shave it all off in 3. You know what I mean? Because why the fuck not?
That's what we were talking about when we did those few on the series. Is how somebody different doing the makeup on every show, so it makes it kind of odd.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the makeup's always good. It's just always done different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got that bad shoulder injury from Torque 2. And then with that bad shoulder injury and everything, he said, fuck it, I'm just going to shave it all off.
Mm-hmm.
Beard, too. Because they had facial hair at the end, too, didn't they? Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
It was very like a big scraggly beard.
2 shots. You gotta be fucking. There's no way. You gotta agree with Trent on that. No fucking way.
I mean, if it's your own shoe, maybe, but someone else's, probably not.
Yeah. Especially him. You know what I mean? Because he's a dirty bastard. You know what I mean?
In the first take, they cut off his head. This one, they sliced his throat.
Like, look at how dirty that sneaker is. You know, this kid probably hasn't changed his socks in a week. You know what I mean?
For years. Yeah. Lost her, man. You gotta be a little careful when she's back here doing that. Damn. Oh, there you go. Take that. Oh. Yeah. There you go. She's like, wait a minute, what are you doing, motherfucker? You gonna run over me? Nice.
This is the scene I mentioned, like just the look of Jason standing there.
Oh, she's lucky that's all she got out of that.
Yeah.
That underwater scene where you can see her from the bottom and she's kicking, that's so Jaws. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's got such a Jaws feel.
Just like part 7 when the one girl's in the lake, you know?
Yeah. It was just like those scenes, man.
Yeah, he looks so badass just staring at her on the bank.
Yeah, and she's not sure if she's seen anybody or not because she just took that shot to the head.
He looks so cool. Like I've compared, you know, it's a funny comparison. A lot of people like give me shit for it, but I kind of compare him to like John Rambo. You know what I mean in this because he's got the bow and arrow. He's living off the land. He uses what he needs to use to survive. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just always got that feeling.
He's not just some big idiot, man. He's actually skilled. He's got some sense. He's got strategy.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've never, like I've said it before on our other streams, I've never thought Jason was mentally handicapped or anything like that. I always thought he was just deformed. You know, he's hydrocephalic. That's what, because Tom Savini knew someone that was hydrocephalic, and that's just as bad as it sounds. You know, the oversized head, you know, the deformed eyeball. But a lot of people who are hydrocephalic, they're smart, just like you and I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, people just assumed because he was deformed in the way he looked, he had some mental, you know, retardation, which I never thought he would because he's so smart. You know, he knows how to set traps. You know, he likes to fuck with his victims, hiding the bodies, you know, putting them in places. So.
Yeah, I know. I unfortunately know a lot more about hydrocephalus than what I'd like to. My daughter
you got already cups like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was born with it. Unfortunately for her, she did suffer a lot of brain damage.
Yeah.
That
he had a really severe case.
Only a wanker is a wimp. Drink this while you think.
This is an excellent kill.
Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite kills out of the. It's just.
I love the sound effect when she hits the dock. The thump.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We'll start laughing in a minute.
Oh! And of course, pulls her high enough out of the water, you get the money shot.
Yeah.
Oh, bango! Right in the Uncle Ned.
Did the crowd laugh or anything when she took that stab and got pulled up to the door?
Oh yeah.
Right in his Uncle Ned, his head.
Yeah.
Cockney slang for head.
Yeah.
Uncle Ned.
I'm just not sure that I'm gonna visit this fucking fucked up looking cabin at night like this. I mean, he is looking for his sister, but damn, if your sister's in there, but still, you're assuming that it wouldn't be good.
Yeah, but still, you still want to find her. That's the thing. You know, she's in the area. You still want to find her.
Yeah. But when you're looking during the daylight.
Yeah. Well, he might as well look. It's not like he can go and hang out with Trent and sleep in the bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True.
I love the dilapidated look of the cabins, though. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Very good set design.
The cobwebs and stuff like that. The leaves, the nasty mattress. You know what I mean?
Set design is done very well. Oh, a nice little baby doll with no eyeball.
Here we go again.
They seen a baby doll with no eyeballs. Get the fuck out of there. Next scene, they're leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
oh yeah. Now let's get out of here. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Oh, I'm back. Oh, going on again.
And you can tell this chick, she's tired of Trent's shit too, because she's hanging out with this dude she's never met. You know what I mean?
He said, "Oh, I'll help you look," just as an excuse to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
She just heard Trent's last shit.
Yeah.
He sought her out just to sit down there and be an asshole.
Jason looks so badass walking in with that body on his shoulder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like I said,
jumping on the ground.
as much as I talk shit about this movie, Derek Mears as Jason is just so fucking good.
Because he was carrying it up with a freshly cut up deer or something. He just called.
Oh yeah. Oh, he knows someone's here. Okay, motherfuckers.
But you can see it in the way he's looking around, the way he's moving. He's like constantly on the watch because he knows someone's there.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Oh yeah. Oh, when he throws the canoes. Yeah. There's one thing, like Kane Hodder's now busy doing like the Hatchet movies. That's one thing I like about Hatchet 3 is Kane Hodder is Victor Crowley, but Derek Mears is a character in that as well. So Jason does kill Jason in a Hatchet movie. That's kind of fun.
He's carry his catch back. He found the bag though, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll find out who the fuck you are. I'm gonna go through this book.
Yeah. I'll see you guys later. I got shit to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, listen. Yeah, you don't leave your bag there. Yeah. Bad idea. Take it. Grab it. Looks like you got him running around.
Your voice is ever messed up.
Bells set up and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what I'm saying. He's smart. He's just deformed. That's all it is. He's smart. He knows what to do.
Never sure. How long is she supposed to be here?
Technical difficulties.
Couple days, I think, maybe a week. Because I know Clay said something about like their mom was really, really ill, and she was the caregiver, and she missed the funeral. So
yeah.
I'm thinking maybe a week. You know what I mean? Like mom passes away and they have a funeral. I'm thinking she's been missing for about a week. So that makes me wonder, what's Jason feeding her? You know what I mean?
You're right.
Is she eating squirrels and berries and raccoons and shit?
Yeah, is he keeping her to be mom? Or yeah.
Yeah. That is one thing. I don't really like the whole keeping her a hostage because she reminds him of Mama type of thing.
Or maybe she was just who was left, and he just decided,
Well, if you remember when she was looking through the cabin in the beginning, her boyfriend had a locket, and it was Jason's locket of him and his mom, and he mentioned she looks like you. So,
right, that's true.
I mean, not all, in my opinion, not all the ideas with Jason are hits. I don't like that idea, but it is what it is.
Yeah. At least that makes her somewhat safe.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have no idea
So
her brother.
it's the same machete that was used to kill his mum as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So he's kept it sharp.
Yeah, I love how he's got that. I don't know what they're really called, but that stone that they use to sharpen knives. And he looks so scary, like in the shadows right here, and the only light you really see is like the sparks.
Yeah.
So Marcus Nispel, he knows what to fucking do.
It's a rolling stone. More like a spinning stone. What the hell?
And look at that look in his eyes. He's pissed when we're doing that, remembering that.
Yeah. Yeah, because it hasn't been very long since. Yeah. Really. That would scare the shit out of you too, because she hasn't been there very long, and she hears him throwing a fit and shit, and now he's in there fucking his hands on her throat, like.
Oh yeah, he's pissed. She's just fucking terrified.
Yeah, because it took him looking at the locket to calm him down from killing her ass.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh yeah.
In one of the previous Friday 13, so there was talk about Jason, like, assaulting one of the final girls or survivor girls, right?
Yeah, there's in 3.
Yeah. Do you think that's what's happening here?
No, I don't think Jason is, a sexual creature. You know what I mean? Lack of a better term. Because if you remember, he's been a child. I mean, if a child doesn't have parents to tell him what it is, or schools, or anything like that. I mean, well, then again, you have the caveman. They didn't know what they were doing when they helped build society or whatever. But I just don't see him as that type of person. Especially, at least this version here, he's not going to do that to someone who reminds him of his mom.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Especially the other 3 too. I don't think that. I think that's a thought that they thought about going down. It's really they thought about going down, but then thought better.
Yeah,
because
it's kind of like they're laying the possibility of that kind of thing, but not. They change their mind and go a different route.
Yeah, I don't think so here because if she reminds him of his mom, those are loving memories. You know what I mean? He's not going to want to cause her pain or any type of assault. You know what I mean?
Like.
Yeah, I just don't see why he's kept her alive. Like, even if he does remind him of his mother, it's like...
Well, he hasn't kept her too long yet either. You know what I mean? It's still the first 3 days, so he could definitely change his mind. So.
I'm going to look online, see if it says anything about how long. I'm sure they say how long she's been kept in there.
He mentioned it when I think he mentioned it when he was handing out the flyer. I think he mentioned or he said it when he talked to the cop maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did say it, but I'm going to check real quick.
It was that police officer. That was Richard Bergie. Yeah.
Okay, it's been 6 weeks. 6 weeks.
Well, she's got to be eating something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's definitely time enough for him to decide whether he wants to keep her or not. Okay. Buddy.
Speaking of NISPA, what do you guys think of the Texas Chainsaw remake? Because I know you guys are, at least you, Keith, you're a big fan of the original with Tobe Hooper. What did you think of the remake?
I admired it. I thought it was pretty good for a remake. You know what I mean? Because most remakes aren't all that great. It's definitely in the top 7 or 8.
Yeah, I really enjoy it a lot. I think Andrew Bernarski was a really great Leatherface.
Yeah, it's top 7 or 8.
It's not one of the best remakes, but it's got a lot of good things about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think something that might have made it better was to leave the rest of the things out
at the beginning.
until the prequel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To leave it down to only 3 or 4 family members, and then but bring in, like Arlie Ermy and all them in the prequel instead of having them in that one too.
Oh, I love Arlie Ermy in it.
Yeah. That's what I would.
You have a better shot at fucking a penguin. These guys, as much as, like I said, I do shit on these characters, they do annoy the fuck out of me. These two chuckleheads are really good together.
Yeah.
I will give them that. It's just like when they're by themselves, they're just kind of fucking annoying.
That's my TV behind me.
If you're gonna do these hot shots, be careful how long you're getting it hot, you dumbass.
Yeah.
Because I'm
watching the 3
Yeah.
Stooges.
That glass is getting so fucking hot, dude.
Mm.
There we go. Oh, god damn.
If he had any game prior, that right there just shut it. Which he didn't, but if he would have. And then broke shit.
Mm-hmm. You better pull some MacGyver shit. God, I just want to fucking punch him. They don't call me Wood Wizard.
As cool as those two are, they're fun. Neither of them recognize that Trent's about to go and cheat on Jenna, whatever her name is.
Mm-hmm.
And none of them say nothing. They just
right.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing, they're both drunk, you know what I mean? But I mean, she's their friend, so why wouldn't you be like, hey man, don't be fucking around on your friend, even if like the whole, well, we can't do anything, they're adults, you can at least just stick up for her when she's not fucking around, you know what I mean?
And of course, his way around it to make himself look a little better and feel a little better. He immediately says that she's been fucking that guy all over the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you been fucking this guy all over the woods.
No, she just got away from you because you're a fucking dick.
Mm-hmm.
See, look, even Chewie says it. Fucking skis, what a douchebag. See?
Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of the Chuck scene in Friday the 13th Part 3 when he's down there. Chuck looks like Tommy Chong.
Mm-hmm.
When he kind of bumps into him down there, he's kind of paying homage to that.
I was kind of thinking the guy in the grocery store in the beginning of 3, Harold, with the rabbit, and he's opening up all the fucking peanuts. And that's the same fucking can that he's eating out every night because the tin foil is missing. So he opens it up. He's been munching on those fucking peanuts for probably like a week.
Yeah, and then just putting it right back there for somebody to buy. That's
nasty. Yeah. Jesus.
Best line of the movie.
Your tits are too stupendous. Well, you know how to make a girl feel special.
That's what I do.
Enjoy the herpes. She does this often, so.
Well, and she's supposed to be one of the friends too, isn't she?
Yeah, she's one of the friends. I'm like, who? Why? This girl must have really low fucking self-esteem when she's got this type of best friend and then this douchebag as a boyfriend. And this dumb shit, go to the goddamn bathroom, please. If you're gonna do that, don't do it. I mean, I understand it's dark, you got the fireplace, it's romantic. If you're gonna jerk, come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's feeling it.
Family heirloom.
Like, what if Chewie shows up? You know, he
You're
just
right.
went out to the fucking tool shed.
Yeah.
He can't jerk off because he's got the deer looking at him.
Yeah, he gets it right there.
So he's got to turn to the fucking side. Oh.
And then there they are. They bust right through.
Yep, see?
Like at that point, if he hadn't turned away from the deer, at this point he'd had a dick in the hand as they came in.
Yeah. Are you guys fucking with me right now? Because I'm high. Because I was about ready to jerk off. Come on, man. Mood killer.
Yeah, you're ruining it.
God. Where's everybody else? Well, Chewie's lost out in the woods, and your boyfriend's fucking your best friend.
But,
so juicy. There it is, Keith. You know, your tits are so juicy, dude.
Yeah.
You just like it when he calls her dude, don't you?
It's fucking hilarious. I've never called a girlfriend dude, especially not in that position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These could win a titty contest. Now, don't get me wrong. She's a definite step up than the girl we got in the opening scene. But, man.
Those are real. Real is good. Just like I talked about last night on Halloween, too. With Pamela Susan Shoot and her boobs. That's a nice set of real ones. You know me, I'm always
maybe that's how he learned.
Discuss the latest movie. What was you guys talking about over on the zone tonight?
Our matchup was, we did Halloween Kills versus Friday 7, New Blood. And at the end of it, by 1 point, Halloween Kills was the victor. By 1 point. So we got some ideas going on because we got to take a little bit of a break from Jason and Michael. We don't want it to get stale.
Right.
Definitely some interesting matchups.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun, and what I like about it is you're forced to choose sometimes against your will. You know what I mean? You know.
Back to normal.
Oh,
Jesus, come on, Chewie! It's even curved to the left, like my penis.
Time to wank off to the catalog. Smoking a big bomb. Is anybody coming? That's funny.
Chewie just gets so distracted.
yeah.
Now this scene here, because the version we're watching, the director's cut, this death is a lot longer. I know that's a difference. Because he kills Chewie with a screwdriver to the throat, and it was edited in the theaters. So we get like maybe a good 2-3 seconds longer of the screwdriver being pushed in his throat. And then the coughing up and choking on the blood.
Good. More blood, the better.
He tried to stab him.
Mm-hmm.
How much more insulting? Take his own hand and stab him with it. He's like, "Look, man, try to stab me. How about this? I'll make you stab yourself with your own hand."
And what I like is, he's not just pushed him up against the wall. I like how he grabs the back of his head and holds it down and shoves it in. So yeah, Derek Mears this is a brutal Jason. And what I like is he's not a zombie. You know what I mean?
Right. You think they'll ever go that route again? Is the old zombie Jason thing, if they ever get that far when they do shit?
I hope not. I mean, I'm sure they're going to reboot the series again, but we got, now that the writer's strike is over, but the acting strike is still going on, so who knows?
Oh, the writer's strike's over?
The writer's strike ended last week.
Oh, cool.
So now they can finally maybe get started on the Crystal Lake TV series, that they've been wanting to do.
Yeah.
Which I hope focuses on Pamela.
It'll be interesting to see which route they go with that show.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they could reboot Friday the 13th with Jason again.
Mm-hmm.
There's only so much you can do.
Right.
With a psychotic or a killer in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
They need to do something different. Like, they can't just do the same thing. And they try that with the Friday 13th series. Like, you watch it progress.
Mm-hmm.
They killed him off. They tried a different killer. They brought Jason back as a zombie, undead. They turned him into a demon. They turned him into a robot. I don't know where else they can go.
Yeah. I say they might as well go ahead and reboot. This is what, 2009? So 13 years. I said just go ahead and do it. And you guys know me. I always say remake everything, because it doesn't tarnish any of the originals. They're still there. And you still might get a good movie no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, for every Nightmare on Elm Street, you do get a Friday the 13th or The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah, The Hills Have Eyes is great. The Hills Have Eyes. I put that over the original, in my opinion. I appreciate what Wes Craven did with the original, but what Alexandre Aja did with Hills Have Eyes, his remake, was just so fantastic.
The remakes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The guys that did High Tension.
Yep.
Yeah.
Part 2 of it was good, too.
Yeah, part 2 was good. Yeah. Derek Mears is in part 2. Derek Mears is in Hills Have Eyes, too. But I like anything Aja does. He did the remake to Mirrors with Kiefer Sutherland, which I thought was pretty decent. And he did the remake to... Yeah, Mirrors is a Japanese horror, I believe.
Okay.
It was originally. And then they remade it with Kiefer Sutherland. And then he also did the remake to Piranha 3D.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking fun. That's a lot of fun.
I don't like watching on my TV.
I still haven't seen his movie Crawl yet. The one about the alligator, a crocodile attacking people. He did that one. I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah.
Neither have I. My fiance has. She said it's pretty good.
Is it?
That's what.
Maybe I'll do that for the channel, because my theme for my channel this month in October, it's going to be horror movies I've never seen.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have at least the first Wreck. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do The Ninth Gate with Johnny Depp.
Good one.
I got a couple other ones that I'm going to do, but yeah. It's all going to be horror movies I've never seen.
I'm doing Cobweb here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Probably have.
Cobweb?
That scene I probably have.
Cobweb's actually pretty decent. It's got some pretty creepy parts in it, man.
Yeah.
I've seen it once. It's gonna be, how all the movies I do are like older movies. The 2023 movie for the first time.
I'm gonna do. I just got a couple in the mail from Amazon. I'm finally gonna get into some Hammer, so I'm gonna do a couple Christopher Lee Dracula movies in October.
I grew up Hammer films when I was a kid. I grew up with them.
So did I, man. Yeah. Oh, I love Hammer. The best
so
Frankenstein is the first one. Curse Frankenstein. And then you got
yeah, I'm at least gonna do the horror of Dracula. I'm gonna do that one.
That was the first one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Curse of Frankenstein. You got to see Curse of Frankenstein. That was the first Frankenstein. That was the first actual horror movie icon one that Hammer did. That was
Okay.
first place.
And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go a little Universal too, and I'm gonna do the because I've never seen the original, at least Invisible Man.
Oh, that's a good one. I've seen that one.
Claude Rains, yeah.
Yeah, because I liked Claude
That's
Rains.
good watching.
I liked his Phantom of the Opera was pretty good.
You'll love him as Invisible Man, man.
I want to see. I want to see the Invisible Man.
I was a big fan.
Ooh, the axe to the back. When Jason just whips that axe at him, dude. Ooh.
You'll be blown away by the effects that long ago, because I think it's been 32, and the visual parts of him look so good, man.
Yeah,
it looks so good for that time. It really does. But he's
Vincent Price. I like Vincent Price.
Yeah, so I've got a couple of Vincent Price movies that I think I'm going to check out. I've already discussed the Abominable Dr. Phibes, but I think I'm going to discuss its sequel in October too.
Theater of Blood, I like that one too. You know, he did a Canadian kids show in the 70s called Hilarious House of Frankenstein. He would do the intro, and they do. That was what I grew up on that show too. It was a good show. I would go back for memories on YouTube and watch some of them old ones.
Oh
yeah.
When he throws him on that tree stump.
It's a price, yeah. NECA is making a Vincent Price. They just announced and they showed it. They're making a Vincent Price, and they're making a horror Dracula, Christopher Lee Dracula. They look awesome. So I'm looking forward to getting my hands on them.
So I'm surprised you haven't seen Wreck.
It's hard for me because I know it's foreign and I'm gonna watch it with the subtitles, but usually I'll have to pay attention, and it's usually it has to be after my daughter goes to bed, and that's like 8:30 at night, so I'm already freaking tired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've seen the remake. I've seen Quarantine. I liked Quarantine with Jennifer Carpenter, but everyone says that Wreck just blows it out of the water. I have not heard a bad thing about Wreck. Everyone says it's amazing.
That was a good, amazing movie. Yeah.
There is a copy of Wreck with dub though.
Yeah, but when it comes to foreign films, especially horror, I kind of want to watch it in its native language because you kind of get the emotions a lot better.
Exactly.
And sometimes the dubbing, it just the way it's a lot of it's lost in the translation. You know what I mean?
I usually don't like to watch dubbing either, unless it's the 70s Godzilla movies. Those, you know what I mean, and the late 60s Godzilla movies, because those just aren't the same without that.
Right. It kind of adds to the goofy charm.
It does.
I think one that I watched recently with dubbing was
watching Abbott and Meet Frankenstein.
If you get a chance, check out Project Wolf Hunting. It's not too bad. It's got some pretty intense gore scenes in it.
Project Wolf Hunting?
Yeah. It's from Taiwan or South Korea, one of the two.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Well, I see there's a part 2. Let's see, I want to see the original. Oh yeah, a group of police officers fight against dangerous criminals being transferred on a cargo ship bound for Korea. Maybe I'll check out Train to Busan as well for October.
Yeah,
I've never seen that either.
That's good. It's a good one.
I just kind of got all zombied out, when that's all it was with The Walking Dead and stuff like that. I had to take a break.
Have you seen The Sadness yet?
Oh. The Sadness?
The Sadness is more infected. They're not zombies. It is brutal, man.
Yeah.
Just be prepared for some brutal shit.
Taiwan. Okay, I'm going to take a screenshot of that one.
Sadness is kick-ass stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Sadness, I don't know if I was... Yeah, so I don't know if I was talking to you about it, Gore, but it's very similar to I think it was Gareth Ennis, a comic book called Cross, where they get infected and they go and they basically go insane and crazy and do the most messed up shit.
Wow. What's it called?
Cross, so CROSSED. I think it was Gareth Ennis. Gareth Ennis. Can't remember, but no, it's very similar to that in what happens. But I really still can't get over the sadness. That's one of the most intense movies I've seen.
Is it?
Yeah, it's right. It's right up my alley. It's in that it's almost in that exploitation field, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Almost.
I think I'm also going to give Argento another shot because I've only seen Phenomenon. I didn't like it at all. So maybe
That's his weirdest one.
I'll have a recommendation from you guys, since I know at least you, Keith, you're into Argento. Something that's not too fucking weird. You know what I mean?
Something for you. His Tenebrae is like a Jello slasher. So you might like that. You know what I mean? You actually got a killer.
Okay. Because a lot of people say he's more, they like him, but it's more because of the style instead of the substance. I don't want to be entertained just by like the pretty colors. I want to actually be entertained by the movie too. So maybe I'll check out Tenebrae.
Tenebrae is good.
Phenomena, Suspiria, and as far as his legendary ones, Phenomena, Suspiria, and God damn it,
Deep Red.
No, Inferno, or his ones that are more on the supernatural side. All his other ones besides those three are the
Okay.
Tell you one to steer clear of. Argento's Dracula. Just steer clear of it.
I've heard that's the one with his daughter, isn't it?
And Rutger Hauer.
And Rutger Hauer, yeah. Or that's the one he tried to do in 3D, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love Rutger Hauer.
Yeah, Rutger Hauer's good, but this was just not.
I actually just got a Rutger Hauer movie from Kino Lorber the other day. It's pretty goofy. You ever see Blind Fury with Rutger Hauer? Yeah. With Randall Tex Cobb, one of the scariest fuckers ever on screen. Yeah, Blind Fury's a fun one. I haven't watched it since I was a kid, but it's not. I got it from Kino Lorber. They were having a big sale.
He's great in Nighthawks and the Hitcher.
I love him in The Hitcher.
Nighthawks is a good one too. He's basically a terrorist in that.
Yeah, I got the Shout Factory. That one's a good one. Stallone and Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, Stallone with his rare beard. At that time, he was sporting the beard. Not for too long though. Here it is. Oh my God! Here we go.
Fucking finally, here we go. I will say, I did like it when Bree was thrown on the hood of his car and he screamed like a fucking girl.
Yeah. This probably got a cheer in the theaters, did it?
Yeah. Yeah, they liked when he got stabbed and he got lifted, but then when he fucking slams him on the back of the truck, and this poor old man can't get the fucking thing started.
Yeah. He just wants to get the hell out, yeah.
Yep.
See, there you go. Bye.
Bye, Trent.
Thank God. Took long enough.
He had to stand and watch it go for a minute. Too.
See what those stupendous tits got you into? Yeah, they're not so great now, are they?
He's savoring the moment. He even annoyed Jason. Jason doesn't really like him.
Bleeding wanker that guy is, man. I'm glad he gets killed that way.
That's the thing. Travis Van Winkle, he's a pretty decent actor, like I was saying. Like I remember seeing him in The Lost Ship, or The Last Ship. It was a TV series. It was really good. He was a decent guy in it too. Like he played he was like a Marine or something like stand-up guy. And then you see him in this, and it's like complete opposite. Like complete opposite. So
Well,
it
like
does show how good an actor he can be.
well, like I said in Fubar with Schwarzenegger, he was really charismatic, charming, likable, funny. He was really funny in it. And sure, he does have his asshole moments, but in Fubar, they're actually kind of justified. You know what I mean? So you don't hate him. You might get mad with some of the decisions he makes in the show, but you don't hate the character.
Okay.
So I do recommend that. It's only like 8 episodes on Netflix. I think it's a lot of fun.
Fubar?
Yeah, Fubar. Fubar.
Just like the Kurt Russell Fubar.
Fucked up without all recognition.
Speaking of watching, have you guys seen Gen V? The spin-off to The Boys?
Mm-mm.
No. It's Patrick Schwarzenegger, Arnie's son, is in that.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know his son was an actor.
Me either.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
So he's pretty good in it. It's a different take on superheroes. So if you're superheroed out, it's worth a watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my son and I are just getting ready to start The Boys. I've never seen The Boys, and he hasn't even watched them.
I've never seen it either, but I'm a big Carl Urban fan, so I want to see it real bad.
Oh, Carl Urban's in it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love Carl Urban.
Yeah.
He plays Billy Butcher.
I loved Carl Urban as Judge Dredd. If you've seen his Dredd.
Yeah, I'm still hankering for a sequel to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want to see Judge Death on the big screen,
I don't know what you guys thought of the last Mortal Kombat movie, but Carl Urban is he's Johnny Cage in the sequel. So I'm interested to see him as Johnny Cage. It's kind of like a prima donna, cocky asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I liked the newest Mortal Kombat. I didn't think it was bad at all.
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
I mean, look, it wasn't as good as the 95 Mortal Kombat, but it was alright.
But it's better than 95 sequel.
Yeah, it's Annihilation. Yeah, we don't speak about Annihilation.
No. That annihilated way too many brain cells.
Yeah.
Just watching.
Yeah, it's one of those. Best of it was not still.
Yeah, no,
so tragic. He finally finds her, and then
Mortal Kombat. That's another one that was filmed over here.
Was it
South Australia? Yep.
The original or the sequel?
The remake one, the recent.
Oh,
one.
was it? Okay.
Yeah. Just like
on the Dolph Lundgren Master of the Universe.
I like the Andy Warhol movies, the horror movies, Dracula and the Frankenstein one. Saw the Andy Warhol's Frankenstein?
Yeah. I saw it once, like years ago. I don't remember too much of it.
I saw it in the theaters on the 3D glasses when they had them. On 5 hits of 5 hits of Sid. I was flying that night.
Yeah, no, the original Master, like the movie, very different to the cartoon and whatnot. But I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
For what it was. I mean, back then, like, you really didn't have a lot to compare it to. Like, you had the cartoon and then you had the live action.
Right.
And I enjoyed it for what it was. I enjoyed the special effects, and I thought Skeletor looked menacing, looked good.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you couldn't turn a cartoon into a live action show like you can do now. Like, they can do a lot more with the special effects and whatnot. So it was enjoyable for its time. I haven't watched it in so long.
You know how many people gasped in the theaters when she got it? We were not expecting her to get it. We didn't think she was going to get killed. We thought she was going to make it till the end.
Yeah,
no, because that's the love interest. You don't expect that.
Right.
He finally finds his sister and then loses her as a love interest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was surprising. A good choice just to be different, though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Back to the Masters of the Universe. Frank Langella as Skeletor is an odd choice, I thought.
He did it, I think, for his son, because his son was big into the cartoon or the toys or something. And Frank still says, he says that's the most fun he's ever had with a role. Yeah. Like he like there's some couple documentaries. Frank's in the documentaries talking about how much fun he had being Skeletor. You know, this over the top skeleton creature, you know what I mean? And he says it's just, you know, he knew what it was. It was based on a cartoon that was made to sell fucking toys. And he said he just ran with it. He said he just had a lot of fun on set.
Meg Foster's Evil Lynn. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. 80s Meg Foster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she had the craziest, most unique eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And what she did in 31. I hated what she did in that.
Yeah.
I liked her in 31.
Yeah, I just rewatched that from.
It's just the way she comes off. It's just the way she comes off when she's doing that song and all that stuff and talking about her pussy and all that. It's like, man, don't do that.
Well, she's a dirty carny. You know, that's what they do.
Yeah, but she had too much class for that.
She had too much class. Wow. You know, if you say she had too much class, she also wouldn't have been in Lords of Salem either. You know.
Well, at least she didn't do that. You know me. I'm anal about certain things. He just hurt me when she did that.
I haven't seen Lords of Salem in so long. I really should revisit that.
Yeah, I still don't. I've seen it a couple times, and I still don't know what to think of it.
I'm not. Yeah, I ruined the first time, and I was like, "What the hell was that?"
It's weird. Like I've liked pretty much all of Rob Zombie's work, but I still haven't seen the Monsters. But his recent ones, like Lords of Salem, 31 I enjoy.
Me too.
But I just didn't get into them as much as, Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses. Like those ones I can watch over and over again. Three from Hell, Lords of Salem, 31 I enjoy. But yeah,
I'll say this about the Monsters. You know, it is a prequel, but Sherry, take her for what she is. I loved Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who played Herman. Daniel Roebuck as Grandpa was great. It was a lot of fun. You know what I mean? It was goofy at parts. It was stupid at parts. It was charming. It was like the TV show. You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, the TV show is very goofy. A lot of the TV show was considered kind of dumb and cheesy. So it hit the tone. I just think people shit on the movie before it was even released. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I grew up with the Monsters.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
I did not know Jeffrey Dean Morgan played Herman. I had no idea.
Wait, not Jeffrey Dean Morgan. My bad. Jeff Daniel Phillips.
Yeah.
Like,
Jeff Daniel Phillips.
Because I was like, damn, that didn't look like Jeffrey Dean Morgan at all.
No, yeah, big difference. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Rosberg. I love, and if you've ever seen his cartoon movie El Super Beasto, that's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. It's like a rated R Ren and Stimpy cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. So much fun.
And the thing that got me with 31 was the amount of names that were in it. Like, he does use all the same actors, but E.G. Daily comes on the screen.
Oh God, yes.
Like, no, you've just ruined my childhood. The voice of Tommy Pickles. Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but yeah,
the same way.
Well, look what he did. He made her a hooker in Devil's Rejects too. So But yeah, he's got an eye for the cast.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, look at Lou Temple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in Halloween was absolute scumbag.
Yeah.
Absolute scumbag. But when he was in The Walking Dead, like, yeah, he was a prisoner, but like, yeah, he seemed like a genuine nice guy. The
Well,
fact that he could sort of,
he was a nice guy. He was great, lovable character in Devil's Rejects.
yeah.
But then he was an awful piece of trash in 31. He was one of the clown brothers.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Mm-hmm.
I like 31. Yeah, it was real good.
Yeah. I mean, what he's done with Bill Moseley in those as well, and the entire cast, Sid Haig, fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But Bill Moseley, like the character from House of a Thousand Corpses to The Devil's Rejects is so. It's like a complete, not a 180, but the way his character is, like he's more Charles Manson in Devil's Rejects than I guess Chop Top in House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah.
You should watch Sid Haig in the old 50s movies. The musicals he did.
Yeah, I got to see Spider Baby. I've heard that's good.
Yeah, that's a good film.
Yeah, it is. It's real good, man. The two young girls in it are, they're really good, man. And Lon Chaney Jr., that's got one of his best performances. I seen a documentary they were talking about it. And when he's sitting
there goes his head.
The way he's talking to him and shit, I guess the whole production back there, director and everything, it brought tears to their eyes the way the performance he put on there. But you remember him and of Mice and Men, Lon Chaney Jr. is absolutely fantastic. That dude could act.
X-rated movie I saw was Fritz the Cat at 17. They have it on Look Movie, so I might go back and watch that on there.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
Yeah,
that's a fun one.
It was the first horror movie I saw as a kid. Was that one?
Oh yeah.
And then the original Dracula and Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
Vincent Price as the Invisible Man.
yes.
You think what the director's trying to do here with all like the scenes at the places they've already been, that's like his little homage to Halloween. All the places Michael was.
Oh, here it is. Jason's killed. Well, sort of killed.
Makes you wonder why they brought him out here to put him in the water,
Just leave him chained up to the farm equipment and go home. You know what I mean?
Why go through all that?
You dumb ass. He's chained up to a wood chipper, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Why unchain him just to throw him in the fucking lake? No, just go home. You got your sister. Yeah. Go home.
Yeah.
Oh, that shot of the mask at the bottom of the lake looks cool.
He has some serious PTSD.
Better never made a sequel to this one.
Yeah, you gotta have him jumping out of the lake.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. I have to admit, I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Gonna feel a little bit chipper today after this.
What do you think about Steve Javonsky's music in it?
The music's really good. The music's good.
They really wanted to try to make it their own shit. You know what I mean? They didn't even get Manfredini, and they wanted their own dude to add his own little twist to it.
Mm-hmm.
So at least they tried to, I think they did a pretty good job. They did a little bit better on the cast as far as making some of them likable. But
Right.
other than that, they did a lot of things really right.
Yeah, I mean, I was joking with you guys a lot. Like it's not horrible. It's just I just don't like the characters. That's my main problem. And like if you get rid of the horrible characters early on, that's great. But the fact that we're following a lot of them for so long, that's just what just gets on my nerves. But no, it's far from god awful. There's so much more worse out there.
Yeah.
But I mean, the payoff when you see those horrible characters kind of makes it worth it.
When the dude with the fuck Christmas shirt, he gets the arrow through the head.
Yeah.
That's a good scene. I love that.
That's a very surprising scene for me. Like it was like, oh, I did not see that coming.
Yep.
Right.
But then the kill with the machete to the head, like. So what was that called?
When his girlfriend's hiding underneath the pier, you don't realize that he actually knows that she's there. So that's a surprise too, for him to stab him right through it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's a few unexpected things going on there.
Yeah, kills in this film are they are really good. Like some of them you don't expect. Like I can't remember the character's name. The love interest.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I did not see that coming at all. I was very shocked that they did that.
Whitney, that's love interest always makes it. If the guy makes it, the love interest does.
Yeah.
But instead, they decided to let him take his sister home and kill her off instead.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start with you, Eric. Now that you've seen it again and everything, and you admit that it's not horrible, where do you get it between a 1 and a
5? Honestly, maybe 2.5, 2.5. I think it's been being fair. Like, I like Derek Mears a lot. I like the group. I would probably give it a 3 if we had the group from the beginning be the group that we're following instead of the group that we got with Travis Van Winkle and Chewie and them. So I'll be fair. I'll give it a 2.5.
All right. How about you, Russell? Between a 1 and a 5.
I'll give it a 3.
3.
Yeah, 3. Yeah.
Ninja.
I'd 3.5. 3.5. It's an enjoyable remake.
Same for me. About 3.5. Yeah.
I mean, it's not without its flaws, but it's like I said, Derek Mears is great in it. Like, he embodies.
I love that screen behind you, by the way.
Thought it was appropriate. There's a lot they did right with this film.
How was it received when it came out? Does anybody know? I mean,
I'll look real quick.
A lot of complaints.
Let's see here. I can look that up real quick.
The initial response.
Let's see.
What do you think of it, Gore? Like, what are your thoughts?
It made money. Budget of $19 million. It made 92.7, so it was a hit.
Yeah.
And let's see here. Of course, the critics shit on it, but critics aren't going to be fair to a slasher movie. So,
right. I like how they. I like the surprises they had in there. I love the intelligence of Jason. I think this one shows it more than any of them. I like including the tunnels underneath. The fact that he does have the power on. All he's got to do is go there and pull the breaker. I like the fact that you actually get to see his room and he's got a bed named Jason on it. You know what I mean? The set decoration is fantastic. And I do like having a couple of really hated characters. Like I like the hateableness of what's his fucking name?
President Trent.
Trent, yeah, the president there, yeah. I didn't want everybody to be somebody that annoyed me, but if it was just like him and maybe one other person, I think it'd have been a lot better that way. But there's a couple of likable ones. I mean, you really can't hate Chewie or his buddy.
Oh, they just get on my nerves. That's all.
Or,
you know,
yeah.
and I mean that's how a lot of these movies are. You know, I like Friday the 13th Part 3, but I can't fucking stand Shelley, or I call him Tommy Chong. You know what I mean? I don't like those guys, but it's just because they're annoying. You know, you know me. I love the final chapter, but Teddy Bear annoys the fuck out of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the Jason was excellent. That's all my final thoughts on it.
Oh yeah.
Did you give a score, Keith?
Yeah, I give it 3.5, just like Ninja did. Do you have any do you have any final thoughts, Russell, on it, or?
Yeah, it was quite interesting to go back to a movie I haven't seen for a while.
Yeah, me too.
It was okay. Some good kills in it, but
kills are good.
I like a little more. I like a little more gore, though.
Yeah. What's your final thoughts that you might not have given before, or just positive, like positive versus negative on it?
Like there's more positives than negatives. Like it's just the characters I don't really give a shit about, or they just annoy me. But Marcus Nispel, I think he knows how to use the camera. You know, he's got some great shots of just the wilderness, great shots of making Jason look scary, good use of the shadows. You know, I love Jason's look. You know, I love that he's both, you know, he's got the sheet and the mask. So, you know, a lot of their choices. I love the underground tunnels and the bells.
Yeah.
So a lot of good choices, you know, overall. It's just like I can't get past some of the characters that just get on my nerves too much. So,
kill alarm.
But that's just personal preference.
It's like they consciously thought about giving an excuse to why he'll just pop up. You know, and how he'll get from here to here without walking after you. You know, he didn't really do any of the walking after you. He just all of a sudden look and he'd be popped up. And it's like you can see it on their face. They were figuring it out when they were down there. It's like it struck them. They were like, oh, this is how he gets around without anybody seeing it. It makes it easy to sneak up on people. You know what I mean? Pretty good, yeah. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that you've given it as many positives as you have, Eric. It's the most positives I've ever heard you give.
Well, you know, like I said, a lot of it was just me kind of overplaying how much I just fucking hate Trent. You know what I mean? But I, you know, being honest, I don't really like any of the characters other than Clay. His sister's fine. You know, I like the group in the beginning. It's just who we had to follow. Just, I think we could have picked more likable characters to me. But
would you have preferred the girlfriend survive too, or you think that was a good choice?
I think I liked it. I think it was a good shocker. I think it was a good choice to kill her off because you get that oh shit moment.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What you need.
Because the jump out of the lake was not going to be it, because we all expected that because it's Jason.
Yeah, we all knew that was going to happen, which is required almost in this type of movie. So you knew, you're just waiting for it. I did not expect Danielle Panabaker to die.
Right.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's gonna pop up out of there. If he don't do what Tommy did and change his ass to the bottom, he's gonna come back up out of it.
They just, but like we said, they should have just left. They should have just left his ass chained to the fucking wood chipper and gone home. You know what I mean? Don't worry about giving him, you know, eternal rest in the lake or any of that bullshit. He just kidnapped your sister for 6 weeks. Fuck him. Keep him chained up and go home. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let the cops deal with all that from there. Yeah.
Exactly.
Didn't he have the mask back on when he came up out of there too? When he popped back up out of there?
Yeah.
So he snatched the locket probably and the mask. It's like, motherfucker, my shit. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. So what do you got coming up now, Eric?
Well, I just did the entire Rambo franchise, and that was a lot of
Yes.
fun because I forgot how much I loved that series. And I had only seen. I'm real proud. I'm really surprised at how much I loved Rambo: Last Blood because I'd only seen that one time, and this rewatch just made me really love and appreciate the John Rambo character a lot more. So I have all 5 of those videos up. But next or now this month in October, I'm doing horror movies I've never seen, and it's going to be like I said, Wreck, The Ninth Gate. I might do Train to Busan. Um, I will throw a Halloween movie in there because I just found it super cheap on eBay. I have the producer's cut of Halloween 6, so that'll be my Michael Myers contribution. But I've got a couple other ideas thrown in there for October, but it's going to be horror movies I've never seen. And then I'll do Tenebrae for you guys since I've never seen it.
Excellent. Excellent. How about you, Nick?
I'm doing the 31 days of Halloween, 31 days of horror, so 31 movies in 31 days. I'm trying to make it movies I haven't seen, or at least haven't seen in a long time.
Right.
So yeah, I started off with 31. Then I did Aquaslash, and last one was that was a fun one. Like that was it's like 70 minutes. Yeah,
I just saw that movie the other night.
It went under the radar. It's about 5 years old, and it's a really good slasher. Like just a fun homage to 80s. If you have sex, you're dead. One of those kind of ones. Yeah.
But I end up enjoying it a lot more than what I thought. I have to admit.
It's definitely it's not going to win any awards, but there are worse ways you can spend your time watching a movie. There are a lot worse movies out there. And then I watched for B I did The Breach. That's a new one with Slash from Guns N' Roses. He's producer and provides the music to it. And the music is, if you're a bit of a From Beyond fan,
what's it called? I missed it.
It's called The Breach.
The Breach.
Oh, Breach. Okay,
yeah. And then I
think I've heard of that.
Yeah. Did the original Castle Freak. So that's my latest one. Then I'll just keep going through until November, and then I'll do some action movies in November.
Very cool.
Just to cleanse the palate.
That a boy. I will say this on one movie I will be doing for movies I haven't seen in October. Pet Sematary Bloodlines comes to Paramount Plus on Friday. Yeah. So I'm very interested in that one to see how that turns out. That one's it is a timeline-wise, it's a prequel to the 2019 remake, but it's the Timmy Baterman story. So Timmy Baterman, instead of World War II, he's killed in Vietnam, but David Duchovny plays Timmy Baterman's father, and it's about young Judd's first experience with a reanimated human. And some actor I've never heard of, but Henry Thomas and Samantha Mathis are playing Judd's parents, so it's got a good cast. Pam Grier's in it. The trailer is out. It looks like it could be pretty good. I know that they're going to show some clips from the Micmac Indians, so we're going to go see some of the timeline back then, maybe when the ground first went bad. So we'll see. Paramount Plus on Friday.
All right, cool.
Well, you've also got VHS 85. Is it 85? That's coming out soon. It's coming out this month.
I saw I like the first VHS movie. I liked that one a lot.
The second one was better.
Was it really? Better. Okay.
Yeah.
The third one, VHS Viral. A lot of people shit on that one, but I actually don't mind it.
Okay.
The first two is awesome.
Yeah, the first two are first two are obviously the best. The more recent ones, 94 and 99, they're good. They've all got, like, some of the segments are really good. Some of them fall flat.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to 85. Get a bit of a retro feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do any kind of content, do you, Russell?
What's that?
You don't do any kind of content or anything, do you?
No. I watch it.
I
I watch a lot. Go to a lot of streams.
That works, man. Well, thanks a lot for joining me, you guys. I much appreciate it, man.
Of course.
We've had to set up for a month.
No problem. This has been fun.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
It
do it
was.
again. We'll definitely do it again. Next time we'll pick one that all four of us are equally enjoy. Just because Eric was willing to sit through and suffer through this one for it.
Well, like I've always said, though, I'm always here. I don't give a shit what the movie is. I'm just here for the conversation, you know?
Yeah. Well, just to say thanks, I'll give you a pick at it, and then if all the rest of us like it, then we'll do it.
Okay. All right. Give me some time. I'll think of something.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, just
I'll
give you
let
some
pick
notice in
something
advance,
a little
and
bit.
I can take the day off work.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, yeah. We'll plan it well ahead of time, just like we did this one.
Yeah.
But I know Eric's probably got to get to bed and get to work
Yeah.
tomorrow. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch a little bit of a movie I gotta watch for Jersey tomorrow, and then I'm crashing. I'm gonna give him about a half hour, and I'll finish the rest tomorrow.
All right, man. Well, thanks
Me,
again
I'm
to
gonna
all
go back
you
to my
guys. And,
All right,
get
I
back
had
to
a
my
good
Three
time, dude.
Stooges. Get back to my
And,
Three Stooges.
and I will be seeing all you guys soon, one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you have a great night. Chat, you have a great night. Thanks for joining us. Oh,
Yeah.
Jay and Aaron, thanks for coming, Jay. Nice to see you. And I will catch you guys all later. Everybody, love each other. Show love to each other. Show love to yourself, man. Have a great night. That is Eric,
Peace and love.
Russell, Jason from Ninja, and of course I am Glorful, but you guys are not. Have a great night.
Cheers.
Right?